You're watching Channel Japan. Next up is Dream Weavers, in which we introduce technologies and techniques of small Japanese companies.
And this time we'll be featuring this.
Wow, what is it? It looks like a beautiful mountain cottage. Is it where artisan lives?
No, actually, it's a 1/12 scale miniature dollhouse.
A dollhouse. Wow, I thought it was a real mountain cottage. It's very well made.
It is, isn't it? And it was actually made by a metal workshop in downtown Tokyo. So you can see that coin in the corner. You can compare it to how small it is.
Yes, they're extremely small and extremely precisely made.
They are, aren't they? And so using its metal processing techniques, the company makes all kinds of miniature cookware, which is said to be quite rare around the world. And after making these pots for his wife, the company president says he realized for the first time the joy of making something that make people happy.
Wow, that's a great story. So that's why they decided to turn their business toward a completely different direction.
Exactly, and miniatures that are no different from their real counterparts. So a family of 3 creating products that amaze the world. Take a look.
First, take a look at this room. Can you tell? This is actually a 1/12 scale miniature world. Look at the way the kitchen is made. Doesn't it give off a feeling of warmth? The cabinet is filled with small bottles. Maybe the person living here likes cooking. The cans toppled over also give off a lived-in feel. What are their impressions after seeing these miniatures up close?
Look, it's so cute!
Amazing! The miniatures that surprise everyone who sees them are made by a metal workshop in downtown Tokyo called Kawai Kogyosho. This is the president, Yukio Kawai. He accurately recreates everyday things at 1/12 their actual size.
By putting my many thoughts and ideas in making them, I think each one comes alive as a real miniature.
The company's employees are his wife Tomoko and his daughter Asami. The 3 of them work together to make the items. Kawai Kogyosho applies its metal processing techniques to create cooking equipment, which is rare around the world. They certainly look genuine. Amazing. This is a miniature of a dish made with clay. Visiting the company is Junichi Tanaka, who holds the title of Creative Director.
It's amazing.
Why did a metal workshop in downtown Tokyo start making miniatures? We learn about the challenge taken on by this family of 3. Arakawa Ward, Tokyo. It's a place where the atmosphere of the early 20th century remains throughout. Kawai Kogyosho has been processing metal here for more than 50 years. Visiting them is creative director Junichi Tanaka. He's involved in designing product advertisements for major companies and also works on branding and promotions for regional revitalization. Coming out to greet Mr. Tanaka are the president of Kawai Kogyosho, Yukio Kawai, and his wife Tomoko and daughter Asami. They take him inside the shop they call Mini Chuboan.
Amazing.
There are more than 500 types of miniature products. All of them are originals made by Kawai Kogyosho. This is prosciutto. Even the redness of the meat when cut has been recreated. It's not just food. They also make cooking equipment, such as pots. These are all 1/12 the size of real items.
They're amazing, these. There are copper ones and stainless steel ones, too. The same materials as the real ones. Yes, they're the same as real cookware.
Take a look. As with real cookware, there are nails called rivets to hold the parts in place, only smaller. How are they actually made? We're shown to the back of the workshop. This should be interesting. First, 1.1 millimeter holes are bored into the main section of a wok. Next, using rivets 1 millimeter in diameter, the handle is attached. How small! This is a machine called ketobashi, or kicker. The lever is pressed with feet, and using leverage, metal is bent. It's a device used long ago. The rivets are pressed and crushed in from the inside.
By bending this and dyeing it black, this becomes a wok. I think using glue to put them together would be easier. This is a miniature, but by making it in this way, I believe it can become real. I don't think of miniatures as things that are just made. By putting my many thoughts and ideas in making them, I think each one comes alive as a real miniature.
This stock pot is one of their most popular products. Last year, 150 were sold. Their insistence on making genuine items is also seen in their food products. For example, this is a miniature cabbage. Even the wrinkles of the leaves have been recreated. When the cabbage is cut in half, the cabbage leaves are properly layered. There's even a core. It's made by layering thin pieces of colored clay.
Amazing.
This is how we make it.
How long does it take to make just one cabbage?
Making 5 of them takes about an hour.
They don't just sell miniature products. The miniatures are also used to make dollhouses that recreate entire spaces. What do they focus on in giving birth to such overwhelmingly realistic atmospheres? For example, this whole-cooked chicken. It looks ready to eat.
Just for the coloring, I think it takes about 3 hours. For one.
To make it appear as close as possible to real chicken. She says she colors it more than 30 times. The work takes 3 hours, but she seems to be having fun.
When I don't have an appetite, it might not work. The ones I color when I don't are sickly. when I look at them afterwards. They don't seem that appetizing.
今の気分。
It's okay now. I feel hungry.
Appetite is connected to how well the piece comes out. What a surprise. The president's wife, Tomoko, has something she really wants her husband to make.
With this, you can put a steak or hamburger on it. Isn't it so old-fashioned? It's a custom steak plate.
You're ordering this?
Yes, please.
So they buy the real item to recreate it.
I think something like that would be fun. Please.
Mr. Kawai's job is to turn his wife's ideas into shape. Right now, he's busy making pieces to show at an event in the summer. The theme is a Showa-era 1900-style restaurant. From food samples to tables and chairs, even the teacups and flasks appear as if they're from that time. The kitchen also looks complete. But
Is 60 no good?
60 is a bit big.
これは55をもうちょっとマイナスぐらいでもいいと思うんで。
56, 57?
Big.
Tomoko insists that a wider table would fit more dishes and foods.
I thought 60 would be good. So I made it 60 millimeters. He says it's too big, but I think it's good. I think it's good too. But he'll say he's right.
The completed image is already in my head. So we're going to do it this way. If it feels funny, I'll fix it. It's all properly in my head. How it should look when finished.
Okay, I understand.
Tomoko has been overruled by the president. But is she persuaded?
If he likes something, he goes full steam ahead. Ultimately, I guess I like what my husband makes.
What does the daughter think of such parents?
In this day and age, I don't know if people support their husbands the way she does. She doesn't do anything for herself. Everything is for my father and the company.
The three of us all want the same things. To make our customers happy. To improve the level of perfection. We all have the same feeling. That's why it works.
This trio is not just detail-oriented, but also makes things with passion. And that's why they captivate people everywhere.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Channel Japan. We have much more in store for you, so join us again next week.